The fastest way to destroy an AI product is not a bad model. It is one confident answer at the worst possible moment. That is the trust problem. Customers do not abandon AI because it makes one small mistake. They abandon it because they cannot tell when it is right, when it is guessing, who is responsible, what data it used, and whether it will quietly expose them to legal, financial, security, or reputational damage. In other words, customers do not trust intelligence by itself. They trust intelligence with boundaries. So, if you are building an AI product today, the real question is not, how do we make it smarter? The real question is, how do we make it safe enough, clear enough, useful enough, and honest enough that a customer is willing to depend on it? This is where many AI founders get it wrong. They chase the most impressive demo. They build a chatbot, connect it to a database, add a beautiful interface, and call it a product. But a demo only needs to work once. A trusted product has to work every day, under pressure, with messy users, incomplete data, edge cases, malicious prompts, confused employees, and real business consequences. A customer does not buy AI because it sounds futuristic. A customer buys AI because it removes a painful problem without creating a bigger one. Trust begins when the customer can clearly answer 5 questions. What does this AI do? What does it not do? How accurate is it in my context? What happens when it is uncertain? And who is accountable when something goes wrong? If your product cannot answer those 5 questions, you do not have an AI trust strategy. You have hope wrapped in software. The first rule is simple. Never sell magic. Sell controlled capability. The more mysterious your product feels, the more resistance serious customers will have. Enterprise buyers, regulators, doctors, lawyers, banks, insurers, logistics companies, manufacturers, and government agencies do not want a black box that just works. They want a system they can understand, test, monitor, and defend. That means your product must explain its role in plain language, not technical language. Not, we use advanced neural reasoning across vectorized knowledge layers. Plain language. This system reviews incoming support tickets, classifies urgency, drafts suggested replies, and flags cases where a human should decide. That sentence builds more trust than 1,000 buzzwords. The second rule is to define the boundary before the feature. Every trustworthy AI product needs a clear operating zone. What users can ask. What the AI is allowed to answer, what data it can access, what actions it can take, what decisions require human approval. A weak product says, our AI can do everything. A strong product says, our AI is excellent at these specific tasks, refuses these risky tasks, and escalates these cases to a human. That sounds less exciting, but it is exactly what serious customers trust. The third rule is to prove performance in the customer's world, not in your pitch deck. AI accuracy in a benchmark is useful, but it is not enough. A medical workflow, a legal workflow, a sales workflow, and a warehouse workflow have different risks. Your product needs evaluations based on real customer scenarios. Take the actual tasks your customer cares about. Build a test set. Include normal cases, rare cases, adversarial cases, incomplete information, multilingual inputs, unclear requests, and cases where the correct answer is, I don't know. Then measure what matters. Accuracy, false positives, false negatives, refusal quality, time saved, cost reduced, escalation rate, security failures, and customer satisfaction. The most trusted AI products are not the ones that pretend to be perfect. They are the ones that know how to behave when they are not perfect. This is a major difference. A dangerous AI gives a polished answer even when the evidence is weak. A trustworthy AI shows uncertainty, asks for missing information, cites the source when possible, and refuses to take high-risk action without confirmation. In many industries, the most valuable sentence your AI can say is not, "Here is the answer." It is, "I am not confident enough to decide this automatically." That sentence may feel like a weakness, but it is a trust engine. Customers already know AI can be wrong. What they want to know is whether your product knows when it might be wrong. The fourth rule is transparency, but not theatrical transparency. Customers do not need a PhD-level explanation of every parameter inside the model. They need usable transparency. They need to know what data was used, what assumptions were made, what source supports the answer, what confidence level exists, what action the AI took, and how a human can review it. If your AI generates a recommendation, show the reason. If it uses documents, show the source. If it changes a record, create an audit trail. If it refuses a request, explain the reason in clear language. Trust grows when the user can inspect the path from input to output. The fifth rule is privacy by design. Do not treat customer data like free fuel. Customers are becoming more cautious because they have seen what happens when tools collect more than they need, store data too long, or train systems without clear permission. A trustworthy AI product collects the minimum data required, protects sensitive information, separates customer environments when needed, gives customers control over retention, and clearly explains whether data is used for training or improvement. If you cannot explain your data policy in 1 minute, it is probably too complicated or too risky. The sixth rule is security from day one. AI products introduce new attack surfaces. Prompt injection, data leakage, unsafe tool use, model theft, poisoned data, over-permissioned agents, and hidden instructions are not science fiction. They are business risks. If your AI can read files, send emails, update databases, call APIs, or make purchases, then it is not just a chatbot, it is a software actor inside the customer's business. That means it needs permission limits, input validation, monitoring, logging, red teaming, access controls, and safe defaults. Never give an AI system more authority than it needs. The more power your AI has, the more boring and disciplined your security must become. The seventh rule is human control, where consequences are high. The goal of trusted AI is not to remove humans from every decision. The goal is to put humans in the right place. Let AI draft, summarize, classify, search, detect, compare, and recommend. But when the decision affects someone's money, health, employment, legal status, safety, or reputation, design escalation and review. The customer should feel that AI is increasing their control, not stealing it. The eighth rule is to make accountability visible. Many companies say they believe in responsible AI, but nobody owns the risk. That is how trust collapses. For every AI product, someone must own quality, someone must own security, someone must own data governance, someone must own compliance, and someone must own customer impact. If a model changes, who approves it? If performance drops, who is alerted? If a customer reports harm, who investigates? If the AI makes a bad recommendation, what is the remediation process? Trust is not a slogan. Trust is an operating system. The ninth rule is continuous monitoring. AI products are not finished when they launch. They drift. User behavior changes. Data changes. Models change. Regulations change. Competitors change. Bad actors learn how to exploit the system. A trusted AI product watches itself after deployment. It tracks errors, refusals, escalations, latency, user overrides, source quality, unusual behavior, and complaints. It has a rollback plan. It has version control. It has incident response. It treats launch as the beginning of responsibility, not the end of development. The 10th rule is to design for adoption, not admiration. Many AI products are technically impressive but operationally useless. They add friction, confuse employees, or force customers to change too much too fast. Trust increases when the product fits the customer's workflow. Put AI where the pain already exists. Make the first use case narrow and valuable. Help users compare AI output with human judgment. Let them edit, approve, reject, and give feedback. Show them measurable improvement. A customer who saves 2 hours every day with a reliable, narrow tool will trust you more than a customer who sees a mind-blowing demo that fails in production. This is the brutal truth. Customers do not want AI for entertainment inside serious workflows. They want reduced uncertainty. They want fewer mistakes. They want faster decisions. They want lower cost. They want stronger security. They want better service. They want proof. So your AI product needs a trust package, not just a feature list. That package should include a clear product promise, documented limitations, evaluation results, data protection details, security controls, human oversight rules, monitoring practices, and a customer-facing explanation of how the AI should and should not be used. When a buyer asks, "Why should we trust this?" you should not improvise. You should show the system. And there is one more point that separates amateurs from serious builders. Do not hide limitations. Hiding limitations may help you close a weak sale, but it will destroy you later. The strongest AI companies will be the ones that say, "Here is where our system performs well, here is where it does not, here is how we tested it, here is how we monitor it, here is how we protect you, here is how we improve it." That level of honesty is rare, and rarity creates trust. Now, think about the products you use every day. You trust a bank app not because it is exciting, but because it is predictable. You trust a navigation app not because it is perfect, but because it updates, corrects, warns, and shows you alternatives. You trust a payment system because there are receipts, confirmations, fraud checks, and reversal paths. AI products need the same discipline. The future will not belong to the loudest AI companies. It will belong to the companies that make intelligence dependable. If you are building an AI product, start with the customer's fear. They fear being embarrassed by a wrong answer. They fear exposing confidential data. They fear violating regulations. They fear losing control. They fear paying for a tool their team does not use. They fear being blamed for trusting a system they cannot explain. Your job is to remove those fears one by one through product design. Give them clarity, give them control, give them proof, give them privacy, give them security, give them auditability, give them a human override, give them a reason to believe that your AI will help them win without putting them in danger. The AI gold rush has created a dangerous illusion that intelligence alone is the product. It is not. Intelligence is the engine. Trust is the vehicle. Without trust, the engine goes nowhere. The companies that understand this will build AI products customers use for years. The companies that ignore it will keep building impressive demos that die after the pilot. So before you add another feature, ask one hard question. What would make a cautious customer trust this product with real work? Build that, test that, prove that, monitor that, improve that. Because in the AI era, the winner is not the product that talks the most like a genius. The winner is the product that behaves the most like a responsible partner.